Hey, aloha everybody, Eric West here, HawaiiRealEstate.org. If you're new to the channel, I'm all about promoting everything there is to do with getting Hawaii's economy back on track. That's the new statement for my channel. But seriously though, I am all about Hawaii, teaching you everything you need to know about Hawaii and its real estate, but sometimes you just can't find it in the listing. Today, I'm here at the beautiful Fairmont Kealani. Thumbs up if you love the Fairmont. I do. One of my family's favorite places to staycation, if you will, and come hang out on this beautiful beach right here. If you had tuned in for the sunset last night, I appreciate it. And not much has changed really, except the sun went up this morning, and it's just a beautiful day. It really is. You know, I actually went back and watched the sunset from last night, and I was kind of blown away how good it looked. I mean, it looked good in person, but it looked pretty amazing on the iPhone. I will say, that was like, wow! Had some pretty neat comments from folks, and I think one lady said it made her cry, and it is so beautiful. I mean, it can't be understated. But what I wanted to do, I promised you guys I'd come back to Wailea, Kihei. I didn't have much time yesterday because it rained and I couldn't get on the one wheel. So I'm gonna come back and show you probably the most enjoyable beach walk in South Maui. I almost said Kihei, but I'm in Wailea. And just to give you an orientation of where we are, we're looking at the West Maui Mountains right there. Lanai right there. Some folks enjoying the beautiful warm bath water of the Pacific Ocean right there. Over here we have Molokini Crater right ahead of us, Ko'olave. And then of course that direction, McKenna, and that big mountain you see right there, that's right where Big Beach is and Little Beach. Of course, there's a black sand beach just this side of it. So anyway, let's go for a little cruise and check it out. The travel update that I've heard so far is October 15th. You can come here with a negative COVID test, Kaiser, CVS, or an independent test. I always put a link in the description with the best website to get the data for what's happening. It does change a lot, so I don't like to commit myself to too much on camera because in a week it could be different, so please check the link in the description. And also, if you haven't seen the Maui Food Bank video, please Google up on YouTube Maui Food Line, and you'll see a video that I put out a few days ago, a week or so, and I'm trying to raise awareness for the hunger need here on Maui. Never thought I'd say those words. And certainly if you can give to the Maui Food Bank, please do. And at a very minimum, share that video so someone else can see it and reach out and help the people of this beautiful island. So, had a couple comments. People want to know, hey, what's this thing you're riding? Okay, this is my kids' one-wheel XR. Yes, it's my kids. I bought it for them, but I watched a review video of a guy that's a YouTuber, and he was like, I love this thing because it's a great way to shoot, you know, motion video that's smooth, sort of like a dolly in Hollywood. And so it's a nice way to kind of cruise around. So it's technically probably not allowed down here, but hopefully I'll get away with it. So bear with me while I put on the helmet. I do apologize for that. You know, every once in a while I do look at the screen to make sure it's working. We might have had a bad internet connection there. I do apologize, but I don't know where I lost the connection, but where we are right now is at the Grand Wailea right here. And we just passed the Four Seasons and we said hi to Christian looking at turtles. So I don't know if you guys met Christian or not, but it's a friend of mine, moved here. I'm gonna try to get through this little hazard area. Hope I can do it without falling. Nope. But the good news is I didn't fall. I just had to stop. So let's just go take a look at this beach right now, because if you're thinking about staying at the Grand Wailea, this is the beach that you would have the privilege of enjoying, because this is right in front of the hotel. And again, over here we've got Wailea Point, some privately owned condominiums that you can rent. Maybe not. I don't think they allow vacation rental there, so I apologize. I might have misspoken right there. But this is a beautiful location, obviously. Nice sandy beach, and it's literally, I mean, look at this. It is absolutely 100% empty. Normally at this time of day there would be a bunch of little umbrellas set up and beach chairs that the beach boys bring down. There's one guy at the very end. But this is a real special place. Thumbs up if you've stayed here before. And I said earlier, you know, if you've stayed at both the Four Seasons and the Grand Wailea, what are your thoughts? Which one's better? Personally, because I have kids, the pool over here is pretty epic. So it's a little more of a, you know, an attraction for the kids. They have just massive pool grounds. I'd love to show you around, but the hotel is still closed. I mentioned earlier, and I don't know if we got disconnected, if it was still connected at that time, is that most of the hotels have said that they're going to open up November 1st. So I think the period from October 15th till November 1st is sort of a wind-up period. And November 1st is when they're going to open everything up, the hotels. Condos would be a little bit more flexible. So the pool does have water in it. That's a great sign. Love this little kiddie pool right here with the beach sand that's inside the pool. That's pretty awesome. A little volleyball court right there. And there's a big pool there right behind that water slide where they do a lot of the scuba diving because it's super deep. I did go into the shops at Wailea, and there's a few that are open, right? But not too many. Vast majority of the shops, the doors were closed, but there were a number of shops that were open. Once again, I believe they're shooting for that October 15th. Beautiful chapel here, amazing place to get married. You couldn't ask for a better setting. They just did a bunch of remodels on the pool and different things here at the Grand Wailea, so it's looking in top shape. All right, I'm going to take a look every once in a while at the camera to make sure it's rolling, and it is. So once again, I don't know what part of the recording cut out or the live session, so I just want to make sure that if you wouldn't mind commenting on a business that you'd like to shout out here in Wailea, if it's a photographer that you've used, or a massage therapist, or a restaurant, or even an employee or someone that did a great job. Here we are, Wailea Beach Villas. It's a beautiful fee simple property. You can buy one of these. These are absolutely fabulous. Beautiful location, obviously. You get to have access to that beach that's right in front of the Grand Wailea if you own a unit here. And of course, anybody can come down here and walk on this beautiful oceanfront, beachfront walk and enjoy access to all of this. Beaches in Hawaii are 100% public, so if you can get to it, it's yours. You can paddle, swim, snorkel, dive, drive, walk, and all of the hotels here have to provide access. So you'll notice that there's usually a public park or public parking right next to many of these hotels, allowing, so even if you don't stay at one of these or own one of these units, you can still come down and enjoy the beautiful beaches of Hawaii. Once again, over here, Molokini Crater, the island of Ko'olave, which is uninhabited. It's in the rain shadow of Haleakala, so it does not have much rain or water. Today it's got some clouds over it, so that's kind of cool, but it's been a little rainy here the last few days, which is unusual for Kihei. It's still just shocking, isn't it, that I'm literally down here all by myself. Huh. Nice big piece of grass. Now the grass, the vegetation does belong to whoever owns the property, so the public land goes up to the vegetation line. You know, it's kind of helpful being a realtor. You learn some of these things, these rules. So you'll see some hotels that are right up against the rocks, say, and there's a nice piece of grass. It'll say, hey, you know, guests only. So that is enforceable. Their private land goes up to the vegetation line. Just a beautiful day. The weather today is perfect. I'd say if I was guessing, it's you know, maybe 80, 2. Trade winds have stopped, so it's a little bit muggier than normal, but not too bad. Wailea Beach Resort, of course, thumbs up if you own here. If you were fortunate enough to own one of these units, they are definite jewel in the crown of Wailea real estate. Opportunity to own fee simple right down here. One thing I love about this area is it attracts so many turtles. Because of the rocks, so you want to find turtles, go to the rocks because they're eating the algae off the rocks. How's it? So you can see these are still completely blocked. All right, here we go, nice downhill. So the thing I love about one wheels is you can go downhill at very slow speeds, very safe. Here's some more oceanfront real estate. Own your own little piece of paradise right here. The beautiful thing about the condos on Maui is that they are a fantastic investment. I have a ROI calculator, I call it, return on investment calculator. It's a spreadsheet that I built that I have on access, public access through Google Sheets, and you can have all the information that'll query you on what the numbers to put in and figure out. They make usually anywhere from 0 to 5% return, cash on cash. The big variables are management fee and obviously what you buy it for, because that's a big factor. So general rule of thumb, the gross income is about 10% of the purchase price. Just kind of a good rule of thumb. Then of course you take out your expenses. The good news is we have usually, before COVID, 80-85% occupancy rates year-round. There's no slow season here on Maui. And of course you get the equity appreciation over time because the market has been steadily appreciating every year since the crash. Believe it or not, we're still not at values of pre-crash. You could, to buy something today on Maui costs you less than it did in 04 or 05. So that tells me we're not too bubbled out. We're still in the realm of reason and there's plenty of growth. And even through this season of COVID, median and average home prices, condo prices continue to rise. Thumbs up if you stay here or own here. Love a shout out. This is a surf break also when it's breaking, called sidewalks. Fantastically amazing waves right here. When it's breaking, it's something else. Makes its way on social media pretty quick. Instagram, all the kids will say, sidewalks is breaking. I'll come down here and get barreled. Fantastic opportunities abound, I think, in the real estate market right now because there's a perception by sellers that it's not as good as it is, but it is actually pretty good. But I believe the market will rebound very quickly. There's some pent-up demand. So I think anyone that strikes between now and, I'd say maybe the end of the year is probably going to do better than if you wait until winter. 65% of the real estate here sells in the winter months. That's our peak season for selling. Okay, here we are at the Andaz. Thumbs up for the Andaz. Probably the most exclusive high-end property right now we have for hotel. It does have fee simple units you can purchase right here. There's one on the market right now, I believe, for around, I think 10. They just did a small price reduction. Not soon enough. Okay, so here we are. There's this beautiful little walking bridge right here, which I've actually done on the one wheel before. It's a little bit bumpy, so I'll probably spare you the experience. And we'll just look at this beautiful beach right here. Got some keikis there, enjoying their day. It's an Aloha Friday. Woo! But once again, it's pretty empty. Look at that. So in my opinion, it makes sense to come down here for the opportunity to experience this place without throngs of people. It might not ever happen again in your lifetime. And I think it's going to take a little while for things to spool up, so I believe that opportunity will exist probably until New Year's. And of course the fish numbers, if you're into snorkeling, thumbs up. If you love to snorkel or look at fish, the fish numbers are really epic right now because there hasn't been we get about 6,000 people that land here a day on average, about 2 million visitors a year. So think about that, 6,000 new bodies jumping in the water every day. Scares fish. So right now, they're just relaxed. They're like, oh, bah, where'd everybody go? They're enjoying the lack of sunscreen in the water. Please use a reef-friendly sunscreen when you come here. Do your research on that. The locals will thank you. Okay.
My friend has a place in Specklesville, so all my gear is over there.
So I can see some folks over there. Oh, this is where they're filming. That's right. This is where they're filming whatever that Temptation Island is. How funny. Wow. I heard they had a quarantine. Are you guys part of the crew for Temptation Island?
Yes.
No way. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
How long are you guys going to be here for?
Till November.
November. So you have the whole resort to yourself or what?
Yes.
Wow.
But if it seems like it's a holiday.
When will the resort open? Do you know, for the general public?
I have no idea.
No idea.
I don't know, but it looks like they're working towards it as we're going. They're kind of picking up steam too. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I live on Oahu and it's the same thing over there.
Yeah. Nobody knows. Even Ige doesn't know.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, as long as the numbers stay high, it's just we're kind of. But yeah.
I bet these kids.
Now we'll get serious about our
Yeah.
policy, right?
I bet these kids are having a blast, though, huh?
Oh yeah.
Did they open the bar for them?
The bar,
No.
No.
So they're at BYOB.
Yeah.
Because they're drinking.
Yeah. We all gotta be drinking.
We all got to be drinking. Cool, man. Thanks for the info, bro.
Yeah, not at all.
Enjoy your day.
Have a good one.
You too, man. Aloha.
Take care, one wheel.
Oh, thanks, bro. They're fun. Land surf. There it is. Temptation Island. They got into Andaz. I wonder what that's costing them a night. They probably swung them a good deal. But these are some really fantastic units, boy. Thumbs up if you love the Andaz. Obviously, audience participation is super helpful. YouTube loves thumbs ups and subscribes. It helps us creators, because that's really the only metric that YouTube has to go on, that and how long you watch the video. But if you thumbs up and subscribe, they give us a little extra juice and allow our message to go out. And of course, my message right now is to promote tourism here in the state of Hawaii and Maui, to shout out local businesses, to donate to the Maui Food Bank if can. If not, share the video, please. Just type in Maui Food Line in your YouTube search bar and you will see that video. It's pretty shocking. I certainly appreciate you for doing that, and I certainly appreciate you watching this video. I might do one more today. I've had so many requests of places to go and see, and I want to do them in a timely fashion. So you might see me a little bit later. I don't know. I have to go to Costco. Hope this guy doesn't bust me. We'll see what he does. I'll get him to shock on me. Ready? How's it? Good, good. He's cool. You know what? The locals here really are cool, man. They really are. There's a few bad apples like anywhere, but one of the questions I get a lot from folks is, because you see them on social media, people saying all this goofy stuff like we don't want the visitors to come, stay away, haole, all that stuff. You know what? It's a very small percentage. It's the loud minority as usual, but the silent majority want to work hard and host this beautiful paradise, serve you, let you escape your mainland or whatever country you're from reality. And that's 99.99%. About the survival rate of coronavirus. Which, by the way, we shut the whole country down just for that. And if you argue with those numbers, then, matter of fact, I heard last night that they said the survival rate for people over 75 is now 99.4. So yeah, what we've done is nothing short of insane, but so be it. It is what it is, and we shall come out of it better, stronger, and a better people. Because my mom always told me, Eric, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I've always tried to remember that no matter what I'm going through. All right. So I don't know, I think I'll just be quiet for the rest of the ride back and you guys just enjoy the sights and sounds of Maui. That's okay with you. I'm actually not that talkative, but for a YouTube live you gotta have some commentary, so I hope you find it useful and interesting, somewhat entertaining, and certainly if you are ever in the real estate market here in Maui or anywhere in the state of Hawaii, I'd love to help. I have a team of agents all over the state, and they're not necessarily even with my company. I will refer you to the best agent that I know on the Kona side of the Big Island, Hilo side of the Big Island, Oahu, North Shore, Honolulu, Kauai. I only have one agent there because, let's face it, it's a small little island. And no, it's not Neil Norman. Doesn't need any more business, that guy. But I have a very good agent on Kauai. I don't know why I'm picking on Neil. He's a great guy. Wailea Beach Resort. Ooh. Okay, I promised I was gonna be quiet so you can hear the birds. That pool's looking pretty good right now. See that guy down there on the beach? That should be you in a few months. Right there, see that guy? He's just out cold. So is she actually. If you're just joining us live right now, I'm going on the Wailea Oceanfront beach walk. It's a beautiful opportunity to come down in the morning or the evenings and walk up and down the beach, enjoy the sights and sound. Beautiful sunsets here year round. Very typical sort of afternoon right now. A little cloudier than normal. Normally Kihei will be bright and sunny all day long, but we've had a little bit of rain here lately. You can actually see it's raining over there on Ko'olave right now, which is unusual. It sits in the rain shadow of Haleakala. Here's a little pool path. They have just a great pool at the Grand Wailea. Just looking at it, bringing back some good memories with my kids. Matter of fact, my favorite hot tub is right there, because you can watch the sun go down from the hot tub while you're sitting there. That's my big rule for a hot tub. Hot tub is, can you watch the sun go down while you're enjoying your favorite beverage? can you see the actual ball drop from the hot tub? And that one you can. I don't know why that's one of my little things, but I like that. There's also another one over on Kaanapali. And my other rule is if you buy a home or a condo here, the absolute ultimate is if you can lift your, no, you don't have to lift your head off the pillow to see the ocean. You can just open your eyes. So you're laying there in bed, and you open up your eyes, and all you see is blue water. Hey. It's not always possible, don't get me wrong, but that's like the creme de la creme if that can happen right there. Two folks enjoying the water there. The second best would be you lift your head up, and then you can see the ocean. Third would be you have to kind of crank your head to the right. I'm just kidding. If you have an ocean view, the beautiful thing about Maui, I love about ocean views, is that it's like amphitheater style seating, right? Because basically it's flat by the ocean, and it starts to just immediately go up. And so all the homes and condos are just built like a theater, and everyone gets an ocean view. It's really cool, actually. Versus other islands I've been to that are flat. I remember the first time I went to the Bahamas in the Caribbean, and I'd been to Hawaii a bunch of times, and I was like, excuse me, where's like those really big green mountain things and the waterfalls? Where do we go? Where do I have to go to get there? And the guys were like, oh, Jamaica, man. I mean, they were just like, no, actually Jamaica does have some mountains, but there just isn't, it's not the same topography. I really thought every island had that kind of topography because I've gone to Hawaii so many times. And so what that means is if you live here, you've got all these different microclimates. I mean, if you're into like high elevation, let's go buy a house up at, 5,000-6,000 feet. Let's do it. It'll feel kind of like you're up in the woods and you have nice colder air. It just feels like you're getting ready to watch an elk or a bear walk in front of your backyard. Of course, it won't happen here, but there's lots of access deer, but you can live in so many different climates here in Hawaii. And that makes it, I think, a very unique opportunity for lifestyle, for real estate, buys. There's that little secret place to go get your photography done. Here we are back at Wailea Point. Now, based on when I came here last time, there might be a dead spot here for the internet. I'm on Verizon 4G. It's been hanging in there pretty good, but I apologize ahead of time if it disconnects. And I don't know how long it was disconnected for earlier, so. I'm actually feeling a few little sprinkles right now. One of the things I love about Hawaii is the rain is always just so gentle. It's not like you're getting pounded and you get so sopping wet and you get cold. It's just a nice, refreshing, gentle blessing coming from the sky. This is where I bumped into Christian earlier. Don't know if he's still around. Okay, we still got connection there, looks like. Maybe it was further down. Boy, it makes me wonder how long I was disconnected. Wailea Point. I mean, I did some drone shots of this property a few years ago, and man, it is just spectacular. I mean, this is a definite point that we're on right here. It's very dramatic. I'm really amazed at how many people have reached out to me personally and have told me they've made a donation to the Maui Food Bank, and the outpouring, that I've just experienced on my little end. I'm sure there's a lot of people that do that and don't say anything, but please do. I'd love to recognize you and get to know you and thank you in person. But it's really amazing how people come together and help others. It's really cool. It's neat to be a part of that whole process. You know why? In my opinion, it's because there's so much nastiness that you see on the television and social media. And you know what? The vast majority of people are actually really amazingly nice and cool and loving. So we get a skewed sense of reality because of that, or we can if we're not careful. But remember, humans, generally speaking, across the board, are good. It's those darn rotten apples. That's okay. That's why we have prisons. It's a nice little spot. It's I believe some cottages that were here at one point. I read the sign one time, a long time ago. Historical site. One thing you'll notice is there's a lot of construction happening. I mean, like everyone's like taking this opportunity to remodel and to paint and to do projects, you know, so that's keeping a lot of guys busy. But when you come here, I think you're going to see a freshly renovated Maui and a lot of things that maybe would have been put off for years. One thing is for sure, they're putting down a lot of manure, right? Because they're like, well, the tourists aren't going to complain it smells like, you know, poo. So a lot of things are going to be growing. And hopefully that smell will be gone by the time you get here. But I noticed that's one of the first things that they did is they started putting down manure. Beautiful Polo Beach. White Rock beyond that. Of course, McKenna. If you want an oceanfront home, it's hard to beat McKenna. And we're almost back to where we started. So I wasn't really planning on filming both directions, but because I had the outage, I thought I'm gonna do it because I don't know how much of the internet outage I had. So I wanted to make sure everyone got a full walk here in Wailea. And I'm gonna go down as far as I can so you can see. This is a significant walk. I mean, I love it. I used to live in Southern California and we had the Strand. And that was like my life, was going to the Strand and bodyboarding and surfing and hanging out and running and jogging, and like that was the coolest thing I ever saw when I moved there from Colorado. So this is sort of our Strand with much less people. And even normally it's not as busy as Southern California by a long ways. So I think I'm gonna cut it off right here. I got some kids up there that are bathing in the shower. I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube, of course. So anyway, that is the Wailea Beach Walk. I'd like to thank you so much for tuning in. As always, aloha from Maui. If you've enjoyed the video and it played for you, I hope it did, I'd love a thumbs up and a subscribe. Again, please watch the Maui Food Line video if you can. Donate to the Maui Food Bank if you can. And certainly if you're ever in the market for real estate, I'd love to help. My website is hawaiirealestate.org, same as the name of the channel. And I will be back sooner than you think. So we'll see where I go today, but thanks again for tuning in. I really, really, really do appreciate it. And I don't, you guys notice I wear my sunglasses a lot. You wanna know why? Because they're Maui Jims. And Maui Jim is the best sunglass in the world. I'm sorry. It's a Maui company, so I'm doing another shout out right here, and Maui Jims are the best. So I love to wear them. I just, they look better than my wrinkles. So, but check them out online. They did discontinue this model, but love Maui Jims. Thumbs up if you do as well, and we'll see you soon. Aloha.